On this episode of Little City Big Voices, we're talking with Todd Mrowice, marketing coworker with IKEA Schaumburg. Todd joined IKEA Schaumburg 3 years ago and is responsible for external marketing, communication, and partnerships. He is an experienced marketing professional with a broad writing and marketing background. Prior to IKEA, Todd was mainly known for his work in the golf industry and still finds time to write for a local golf publication. Todd played a big part in bringing IKEA's transformational gift of furnishing our entire new Bell Family Art Center with state-of-the-art furniture, fixtures, and other design elements that make the new center a shining new home for Little City's award-winning arts program. Stay with us. It's going to be a great conversation with Todd about the power of community engagement, corporate partnership, and bringing the Bell Family Art Center a new life. Todd.
Great job.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yeah, glad to have you.
Glad to be here with you.
I couldn't help but notice when I was reading that intro, I didn't realize that you also wrote for a golf publication, which explains why you're so dang good at golf when I played with you.
Hold on. Let's back. I think you need to redefine your expectations of really good at golf. But, I could still get around a little bit, but
Nice.
Yeah, I do. I could still hit it a little bit. Depends on who we're with, but yeah, I do like to get out when there's still time available.
When there's time to do it.
Yeah, but it was a great time.
Yeah.
The outing that you all put on it was my first time there. It's fantastic.
Nice.
We had a great day, Zach and I, and looking forward to next year, and just gonna have a great day.
It was perfect weather. Yeah, it was beautiful, and it was great that I had the opportunity to even get to know you deeper. You are truly, I'll say out the gate, just a humble guy who has made a significant, profound impact. So we're just so grateful to have you on this podcast, Todd.
Well, pleasure is all mine, and greatly appreciate being here. And anytime I get a chance to sit down with yourself or anybody that's a part of the Little City crew is just the pleasure is all on this side of the table. So thank you.
Thank you, Todd.
Yeah.
Tell us about yourself, Todd. That's how we typically start.
Yeah.
What's your journey? Who is Todd?
Well, I am a Little City Big Voices veteran. I've been in tune with all of them, so I know the shoes I have to fill month to month. So I do
like
watch
and subscribe.
All of them.
Thank you. Thank you, Todd.
Hit the like button below. Don't know if there's one below. But so born and raised in the northwest suburbs, so Schaumburg, Conan High School, District 54 kid, so right here in our backyard. Met my wife at Conan High School as well. So, been around this area. So that goes into, I'm sure later on we'll talk about how we got started with Little City. But kind of grew up in this area, Harper College, Columbia College, and where I got my marketing degree. And we're raising our two children, my wife and I, right here in Elk Grove Village. So have a 11-year-old son, 9-year-old daughter. And I've worked for IKEA now for 3 years. And like you had said, I do like to get in a round of golf every now and then. But the kids keep you busy.
Oh, yeah.
Just the activities and just all that fantastic stuff that I love doing when work allows for that extra time, and I do still do a little bit of golf writing on the side as well. But it's always busy, always fun. But it's good. I like living here in the Chicagoland area. But my dad lives out in Phoenix, so I do get a chance to escape out west every now and then and go see him. So I do like it out that way whenever those kind of pockets allow as well. And so just born and raised out this way, which I think makes our partnership a little extra special because it's right here in my backyard personally. And work has kind of always led me to this area as well. And it's a great place to live. And It's a great place to raise a family, and this is home for me. This is really where I choose to be, and really glad that kind of all my roots are right here in the suburbs. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
What made you go into marketing?
That's a really funny question, because when I was going to Harper, I went there with no plans. I thought that I was going to go into golf. I was going to transfer to like Arizona State and go into the PGM program, Pro Golf Management, and learn how to run a golf course. Loosely, that was my idea. And then I met a professor at Harper who was like, "Why don't you get into marketing? Why don't you get into speech?" And I was like, "Okay, let's go that route. Let's see what this is all about." And then one thing led to another, and ended up transferring to Columbia and continued to pursue marketing, and then ended up with a minor in journalism, and came out of college with that, and ended up working in marketing in the golf industry, and sort of went through the ringer in that, and realized that more of the journalism side on golf was more of the sweet spot for me. Mm-hmm. Wrote for a long time for the Daily Herald. That was really my first job.
Did you really?
Yeah. When I was going to Harper, actually, all my friends were working at like restaurants or working at the mall or something like that, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So I went to the Daily Herald. I was like, "You guys need any help?" And they said, "Yeah, we need somebody to answer phones from like 8 o'clock to midnight and take prep sports scores." And for the kids that are listening out there, I actually answered a real phone with a cord, and I had a pen and paper, and I wrote down scores, and I entered them into a computer, and they would appear in a newspaper the next day. And a newspaper is a thing you get on your doorstep. And I'm just kidding. And it was great. I loved it. And then they allowed me to start writing, and then the rest is sort of took off from there. And I learned to write and craft stories, and they were like, "Who wants to cover girls prep golf?" And I was like, "I'll do it immediately." And I learned how to just continue to kind of craft like game stories, and it was awesome. Nice. So I kind of realized that I loved marketing, but I didn't love it from the golf side of things, and I loved writing about golf. And then luckily, as years went by, this job opening came up with IKEA, and it was just the best of both worlds. And so I can continue doing what I love creatively on the golf side of things when time allows. And I get to do this amazing job with IKEA, where we get to do amazing things with so many different facets of what we do. And it just works out perfectly. Yeah.
Nice. You know, it's interesting because I didn't know that about you, that you worked at the Daily Herald. And I have to imagine covering prep sports. You're writing stories about these athletes. Just out of curiosity, have you sort of followed their journey in some ways as you were writing, or was it just more of a once and done, you would get information on how this person performed and
it was
reported out on that?
It's kind of funny because there was a period of time where you were able to keep up with some of them as they went on to college, and maybe a couple of them you'd hear about, but then that period of time kind of ran out. And then after a while, as I got older and further away from the time that they would be in college or whatever, is, not really. But you did kind of hear their names, especially when they went through higher ranks in college. You're like, oh yeah, hey, I covered that. Or Jimmy Garoppolo. You're like, oh, I remember covering you in high school. So kind of funny to see that happen. But for the most part, it was just I was the young guy, so they were like, we need somebody to go cover the badminton tournament at insert name of high school that's 50 minutes away, like we'll send Todd. We'll just send him out there.
I'm on it.
And I loved it. I couldn't have been happier. So, yeah, it was fun. I did that for like 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah. It was great. It was it was an awesome first job, or what was a college job that turned into, me. I think even past when my wife and I were married, I still did that on the side, and I loved it. It was fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're a natural storyteller then.
I do like to. I'm a nonfiction reader. I'm not a fiction reader. I don't craft story, like I can't craft stories very well in my head from like something that isn't tangible, I guess. Something I can't look at. So I do like to write about things that I can see or I can craft from, I guess. So in that sense, yes. But yeah, so I'm kind of a terrible fiction reader, if you will. Yeah. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, it does, because I can relate to it, because
Yeah.
I sometimes struggle with fiction.
Yeah.
I try to. I'm going to still work at it. But
Yeah.
it's there's something about hearing a real life journey, I think, for me. That's what just resonates with me.
Yeah.
When you shared, here you are sharing these stories in the Daily Herald, I want to just ask you to bridge this. Can you share the story of how did you meet Little City, and how did we get involved initially?
Yeah, that was kind of a funny story, because Zach, who is my boss, he and I we got an email from Tina, and she had asked us, would you like to come tour the campus? And it was perfect timing, because we had been looking for somewhere to sort of link up with. We have our Schaumburg store has, the last time I checked, somewhere in the range of like 330 coworkers in the building. Wow. And when I had first started, one of the first questions I got out of the gate was, where can we volunteer? Where can we do some things? What are we doing in the community? And one of the first things that we wanted to do was link up with someone somewhere close, not somewhere where, coworkers were going to have to drive 45 minutes, and then, somewhere where we could send our coworkers for a few hours to do something and then still come back to work, kind of thing, like a true neighborhood partnership. So we were like, yeah, let's go check out this Little City place. And then we came here, and I was like, oh yeah, I know this place. I've driven past here like 1,000 times. It's got that funny shaped like A building in the front. Yeah, like, I know this way. My mom used to bring me here when I was a kid, and she's like, we're going to buy plants. And I was like, well, we're going to the nursery, or we're going to this place. She's like, no, we don't go there. We go to this place. It's better there. Wow. So we would come here when I was a kid, and I'm sure there was some incentive, like, we're going here after that. Don't worry. If you live through this misery of going with me to buy plants, I'll go, I'll take you here. I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, we went and we toured the campus, and it was just like the most eye-opening thing, as it is for anybody that comes here. Just you come in through the gates, and you're just like, how large is this place? It continues to keep going, and you meet so many people, and there's just so much happening here. And one of our last stops was the Art Center, and we had just had these massive storms for like 3 days. It was relentless. And then Tina kind of took us through the sort of the story of what was happening with it. It was just about to go under renovation, and the ceiling on the one side was like raining in. It was like leaking. And we're like, all right, there's definitely opportunity here.
Opportunity here. Yep.
So we left there, and we kind of knew that we were going to follow up. But as soon as we got in the car, Zach and I looked at each other, and we're like, okay, we're doing something here. And we both pretty much agreed it was going to be the art center in some way, shape, or form. But we also knew that this was our place for long term as well. And from there, it was just kind of a snowball where we were able to target with Tina and Roxana and Madeline and Sean of, the art center was the place for us to do what we were able to do with you all, but more so just a true partnership from a long-term standpoint. This was the place for us. It's right in our backyard. It's right down the street. Really long-term, which is our goal. Yeah.
The part that you humbly left out, Todd, is so our team is amazing, and I know they really did the work of engaging you and
Very
your
much
team.
So. Yeah.
Is that I believe the story goes, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, that you asked our team to put together a list of interested items for the art center.
Mm-hmm.
Our team did that with the names that you referenced there. They pulled together and came up with a list of various items that would be a wish list. And our team's perception was we'd maybe get, a couple tables and chairs, and we'd be very happy with that. And we sent off this wish list to you all, and you all agreed to get everything for us and donate everything for us.
Yeah.
Which was powerful. I mean, we have not had that happen to that scale.
Yeah.
That you literally delivered on everything that our team put together from a list perspective, and now has transformed this already amazing art center that was to be, but even put the whipped cream and cherry on top.
Sure.
Of transforming it to be state of the art that it is now. No pun intended for the art center.
That's good though.
Yeah,
like
that was a good one, wasn't it?
See?
I didn't plan that one. But no, I bring it up because Todd, that's to me the essence of just the true partnership that you've shown, that your team has shown at IKEA, of coming in here and seeing something that is powerful. Yeah. And more importantly, of how do we build and lift people up who are already talented individuals. So in this case, we have many artists that without the right setting, it's a little bit difficult to do art.
Yeah.
And so what you've done is provided them the resources and supports to essentially lift them up to now be able to fulfill their dreams through creativity, the social engagement that they'll have from being in the participating in the art center, the relationships that they'll build. All, I know it sounds like a stretch, but coming from the resources and setting that you've created lends to that self. So it's more than just a table and chairs, but it's the environment that now creates a conducive social atmosphere where folks can have the opportunity to build skills. So it's been quite powerful.
Yeah, and
so thank you.
Oh, I mean, it is 100% our pleasure to do it. It was sort of our mission, and when I say our, it is a true team effort. The ask that came my way from Tina and Roxana was, there was a lot of stuff on there, but it wasn't like, I looked at it and I put something together that was decent. And then, we have some amazingly talented people within our walls, and Brienne and Becky are two of our interior designers that thankfully looked at it and they're like, well, why don't you politely, they were like, we could take this, and why don't you let us lay this out? And they implemented all of the correct furniture and down to the finest of details that I thought was like, I could never have done that. And then everybody that helps, down to Kit, who is one of our graphic design guys, who anybody who has visited the new Bell Family Arts Center, one of the show-stopping things is the graphic that's on the wall
Yep.
that he kind of hand drew, and you walk in there and you see the entire campus in a way that you've never seen it before. So just down to all of those details, it was truly, a team effort. I was the one on all the emails back and forth and handling a lot of those logistical things and all that great stuff and the paperwork. But really, there were so many people that were involved in every step of that process that, people don't get to see. And that was really, for me, really the best part of it, because I know that going forward, knowing that we're going to continue to be a part of the Bell Family Arts Center and Little City as a whole, I know that there's so many people at IKEA Schaumburg that want to continue to come here and do other things and meet everybody. And from an overall standpoint, we are thrilled to have done what we could for everybody. But the idea of really, the character of the Bell Family Arts Center is when it gets dirty, is when it gets used, and when the residents and the staff are in there creating. And while we loved putting together the furniture and making it sort of come together from that standpoint, it was before the VIP cocktail event where the art started getting hung on the walls, and it was like, oh, okay, that's now it's getting character now. It's getting, it's feeling like this is here kind of thing. That's not the best way to put it, but activation. That's what we want to see. That's when it really comes together. At least for me, that's what I really want to see. I want to see it like, the kiln firing in there and our shelving to be dirty and stuff to start getting broken like that. That's what I want to see. Like, I want to have to start replacing stuff because it's getting broken. That's how I know, we're working. So yeah.
Well, what you just shared there, Todd, is what makes you and IKEA, your coworkers, amazing. Is you're thinking beyond just we gave you, we'll just use the table and chairs, we gave you, the supplies needed, but beyond that, you see the purpose and the impact that this would be making. The fact is, if they were not used or didn't get dirty, then we probably weren't doing our job to some extent. So I just appreciate that you all see that and value that and see the overall purpose and impact, again, on the folks that we support. That mural is just mind-blowing. That kit put together. That was, I could not believe, I thought it was actually something that someone used a graphic design computer overlay, but when I heard that was literally hand drawn, amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
And when you hear that it was mostly done, I think he used like some aerial views online, but then also he did like a golf cart tour with Roxana where he went around and basically just kind of took pictures and stuff. Again, we go back to the creative mind and understanding how to, craft something like better you than me. Because if it was me, it would have been like stick figures and a few poorly drawn bushes, and that's about it. Best you would have gotten from me. So, marketing, graphic design. So
different skill set. Yeah, you could probably put together a nice stick figure though.
Yeah, my kids will tell you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you have kids, so you could do it.
Yeah, but although even the 9-year-old daughter, she's starting to look at me like, Dad, you need to step up your game. It is becoming apparent that I'm way behind, but it's okay. We'll get there.
So IKEA came into this, what we call it really a partnership and collaboration with us at Little City. And the thing that I think is a question often is from if you put yourself in the shoes of another corporate entity, what is it that what perspective could you share that you feel like you and your team have gained from this partnership that could add value to another corporation that does something, not the exact same thing you did, but just partner in general with a nonprofit like Little City?
I think, especially in 2026, the corporate landscape has a lot of uncertainty in a lot of places. Speaking from IKEA's standpoint, we are very ingrained in our roots, and IKEA is fantastic at not swaying from our key values, or sort of veering.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much within our values to continue to do things the way that we do them. So, but I empower corporations to work within sort of their means, but within their means to continue to search out those pockets. Sometimes it's not the biggest things. Sometimes it can be the smallest things, mm-hmm. but everything makes a difference. And for a place like Little City, the ask from you all was never large. It was never of like quantity, but you all came to us with just kind of like an open mind, and it was always just very genuine. And I think that today in the corporate world, the perception might be that the sort of like open hands, sort of like, what do you have kind of thing, like, what do you have for us? Mm-hmm. And sometimes it just needs to start with a relationship. Mm-hmm. And it's not always a donation. It can just be a relationship, and it can be something small, and things just sort of grow from there. So I think it's endless, the possibilities that you can have, no matter the size of your business. If you're a 3-person business or a 3,000-person business, there's something there that you can do, and you can do it with anybody. It could be around the corner, or they can be a million miles away. There's opportunity out there for you to make a difference. And I am certainly glad that ours just happened to be right around the corner with you guys. And we do a lot of other things in the community as well. And Little City is just one of our biggest ones that we've done, at least since I've been with IKEA. And it's been fantastic. Yeah.
Well, what you shared is quite insightful, Todd. The idea that you have IKEA's values guiding your direction and purpose as a company, and matching those values with how you can add greater impact into, call it the world, or even locally in this case. At the same time, I think what I heard you share is that there is a gift back to you, personally, as well as to the company.
Oh, very much.
And that gift is the gift of meaning.
Yeah, very much so.
Of having purpose and a meaning greater beyond your corporate focus.
Oh, very much, yeah.
And that's what I feel like we have together with IKEA. Yeah. I mean, even the example, I think I find it comical, maybe it's off the IKEA script, that you all assembled your own furniture.
Oh, yeah.
For the Bell Family Art Center.
Yes.
So I don't know if it's not a knock on IKEA.
No.
It's just that's putting together furniture could be a task, but you all came out and you did it and volunteered and made it happen. It was so exciting to see And I just happened to drop in. Again, I want to be very clear. I had nothing to do with any of this. Very clear. This was all Tina and Roxana's work and their team.
You've made that very clear in every step.
I do want to make sure I say that, Todd. But I did have the opportunity to drop by when you all were assembling it, and just to see the smiles and joy of your team engage in activity where they knew that they had purpose. It was bigger than putting together and assembling furniture or cabinets and shelving units. It was the meaning behind what this will do for the artists that will be using this equipment.
Yes, absolutely. And our store manager, her name is Jen. She wouldn't have, she would never have it any other way. We wouldn't have had it any other way. As a team, we get together, we build, we make it happen. If it's getting implemented, it's being done by us. Now, that's not to say like the kitchen cabinetry that was done by our installers, we really want that to be done by them. The the countertop installation, that was done by installers, so let's not get crazy here. But everything else was done by us. It's really about not only us getting together as a team and getting outside of the store, but also as we continue to come here, and it's just a reminder of like, we did that. We put that together because this is part of the process of this partnership and making this work for the residents and the staff that are here, who are truly the amazing part of Little City. It's, we build the stuff and we leave, but they're here every day. They're the ones that are making this happen. And really the artwork that gets created in the Bell Family Arts Center is amazing. And for anybody who hasn't come by yet or seen what gets displayed in there, I mean, you want to talk about being blown away by what gets created in that space. That's one thing. But when you dive deeper into it and you understand a little bit more about the point of the building and what it does from like an art therapy side of things, vocational skills, that's when you dig a little bit deeper and you understand the purpose. That's really where you understand a little bit more of really, we put together some tables and some chairs and cabinetry and desks and all that great stuff, but it wasn't just that. It was really about something more than that.
Yes, and the friendships that will be built among artists. Just the social connections there. For sure. This is it's what's interesting. If anything, a takeaway for anyone listening would be the power of a shared vision. What can happen when we partner and not go into efforts solo. So just using this as an example, the Bell Family Arts Center, it started off with our local Representative Michelle Mussman, who was able to secure a significant grant for us to renovate the center. And that's when I think you walked in and it was in the process or about to begin renovation. Then Julie Bell, who, if you have not listened to the previous episode, I recommend that someone, if you're listening, that you listen to Julie Bell's episode where we actually host a podcast in the Bell Family Arts Center. And then she made a significant contribution with herself and her network and family to up the ante further. Then IKEA came into play and upped it even further. Middle B is another company that helped out as well. So everyone played a role into the success of this. And then to take it a step further, our team, our direct support professionals, the team that will be working, helping support the individuals that will be, or I would say the artists, support the artists or aspiring artists to build them up with skills, with the voice and confidence to navigate life. that was all made possible by all those different players.
Yeah.
It wasn't just us at Little City.
No.
It was the collection of everybody's efforts. And I think, if anything, the takeaway here is the power of partnership. It's not just the donation, like, thank you for the donation, here's your tax write-off. It's the power of doing something greater than any one of us individually,
Yeah.
but the collective effort.
Yeah.
And that you highlighted that, Todd, just in this conversation. I feel like the journey just took us on, and where you got to and where IKEA was a part of that. It's the journey of fulfilling a vision.
Yeah, very much so. And I think one of the great things is as you go through campus, the Bell Family Arts Center is like one slice of the pie, too. It's the newest slice of the pie because it's fantastic. But as you continue to go through the programming that happens throughout campus here, and you go through so many different areas, and you realize, the last episode, and you got to hear from Mike about his powerlifting success, and like my son goes through Special Olympics, and so I have a good understanding of what that confidence building is like, and understanding when you can hang on to something that builds that level of confidence and that maybe you didn't have before, and you really build off of something. It's amazing, but there are so many examples like that throughout this entire place, and then also in your other locations as well. It's not just here. So yeah, you all do an amazing job, and we are just really happy to be a part of a part of it, and just happy to be here. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Todd, if you had advice to give to another corporate partner out there, or a potential corporate partner, and how to go about connecting with, whether it be a nonprofit in their area. Obviously, we'd love it to be a little city. It doesn't have to be a little city, but ultimately creating your greater meaning. What advice would you give to that corporate partner?
I would say, don't be afraid to start small. It doesn't have to be an all or nothing out of the gate, because you are, a large company, you have to do this, or because you are a small company, you have to do this. Start where you feel comfortable, and that can all start with an initial reach out. I would say, if it is Little City, Tina and Roxana are a fantastic couple of people that you can start with, just from my experience. But if they decided to reach out directly to you, you are a great person that I know replies to people, and so there's nobody that I have spoken to at Little City who I haven't gotten a reply from that wouldn't be happy to speak to someone. So I think that is a great starting point for you all. But yeah, just do what's comfortable for you, and don't be afraid to start small, and don't be afraid to reach out. There is no mandatory starting place.
Yeah.
I guess that would be the main thing.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
No mandatory starting place.
No.
And that reach out, what happened with us is, it was the simple step of a quick reach out. Do you want to meet up? And then from that, relationships develop.
Yeah.
And so it sounds like that's part of what your takeaway is too, is if you take the time to build those relationships, then great things can happen.
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
whatever the cause is for that nonprofit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And aligning it with the values of the corporation.
Yeah, and it just so happens that Little City aligns with ours.
Awesome.
It's funny because the founder of IKEA, Ingvar Kamprad, I think if he were still alive today, he would look at Little City and say, this fits the criteria of what I started perfectly.
Wow.
One of our key values, as I mentioned at the gala, was caring for people and planet. And we are a sustainable company. Everything we do, everything we make, the companies that we work with, we always are keeping sustainability in the back of our minds. So when you say caring for people and planet, the planet side is one thing, but the people side is another thing. So when we get into a partnership like this, we are looking to work with and help people that is going to be for an extended period of time. We're looking to do something that's going to help for the long haul sort of thing. So, we're looking. We're creating lasting change, and that's what we're here for.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Any last words, Todd, that you want to share?
Like and subscribe. No. No.
Okay, cut. No. Go ahead, Todd.
It's back to college season, so it is our busiest season over at IKEA Schaumburg, but also, we've got our stores in Bolingbrook and Oak Creek coming this fall. We've got a location opening in Madison as well as Gurnee. Nice. Over in the Gurnee Mills shopping center up there. So expansion is coming our way, smaller format stores, but it's a good time for IKEA, but also a good time if you're an IKEA shopper, because we'll be expanding in our market here as well. So come by, say hey. We've always got meatballs and cinnamon rolls, and if you see me in the store, make sure you give a shout. So we'd love to see you.
Nice. Yeah. So shop IKEA. That's my plug for everyone.
Shop IKEA and visit Little City.
There we go. Yeah. Shop IKEA, visit Little City. Yeah. Todd, it has been really a pleasure chatting with you further, and each time I have the opportunity to hang out with you and spend time with you, I just I like you more and more. You're just a great human being who truly transcends just the ordinary. You're extraordinary. So thank you, Todd, for joining us on Little City Big Voices.
Well, pleasure's over here, and thank you for having me, and looking forward to seeing you around.
All right. Thank you.
Little City is a nonprofit, for-purpose organization that builds people up with the skills, voice, and confidence to navigate intellectual and developmental disabilities, behavioral health, and life. We serve more than 1,000 individuals and their families across 8 counties in northeastern Illinois, with residential and community day services, a therapeutic day school, recreation and Special Olympics, employment services, foster care and adoption, community behavioral health services, and amazing arts and horticulture programs. Together, we envision a world of belonging, purpose, and opportunity for people of all abilities. For more information, please visit our website at littlecity.org.